Given to the swift, but to the one who endures. I found that all my obstacles were behind me. Walking
Hi, and welcome. So excited to have you guys here today. I am Delilah Bartlett. For those who have not, we've not yet met, and you don't know much about me, let me do a quick introduction. Delilah Bartlett, leader and coach extraordinaire, that comes as a transformationist to help you transform your career, your life, and also cultures and organizations. And so that's what I do. I do that in many different ways. I own and operate my own personal development and career development coaching business. I just have been so blessed to have established this really flourishing career where I started in an entry level position and now get the honor to be in the top 1% of the organization. I also own and operate an online ministry where I really help people grow in their relationship with Christ. And so those are the things I do. That's how I transform, kind of the main vehicles that I use for transformation as a transformationist. And today, what you can find, just adjusting the screen there, you did anything, nothing really happened there. That was me changing the screen. But today, I'm really coming to talk to you about some information I really believe is going to revolutionize the way you see yourself. I'm looking to come inside and unpack some things that already exist inside of you so that then you can leverage them for the career and then subsequent life that you desire. And so I'm live on multiple platforms. And so feel free, if you're new here, I always invite people to leave comments as we go along. There'll be a live question Q&A. You can ask questions as we go along, and I will endeavor to answer them, especially around leadership, around career development, and around overall personal development, because I do believe in the whole person. I don't believe that we can compartmentalize ourselves and operate in the top level of excellence that's available to us. And so any questions that you have, feel free to answer, feel free to ask. And so today we're talking about the power of the underdog position. And so before I jump into that, I do want to say dinner and download. These are actually, I'm going to take these off. I can see, and I want you to be able to see me clearly. Dinner and download. What is a dinner and download, and what can you expect? A dinner and download, most professionals may be more familiar with the terminology lunch and learn. Lunch and learns, dinner and downloads is a period of time where a leader or subject matter expert comes and shares information with you so that you can obtain information and knowledge, skills, tools, tips, so that you can flourish in a specific area. Lunch and learns are typically held over lunchtime, hence the name Lunch and Learn. Dinner and download. Dinner and download is um, my spin on a traditional lunch and learn. It's different because it happens in the evening. And a download is something that I've been given personally as insight that I've either lived or not wisdom that I've garnered, where I'm coming to share with you so that then you can unpack these things in your life and take full advantage of them as you continue to build the career life legacy that you desire. And so this is going to be really good. Hopefully you have joined me with the ability to take notes, so pen and paper in hand. If you are currently driving, please just come back and revisit the video. It's going to be here. Highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where you can get most of the gooey goodness that I make available when I talk about growth and development and acceleration of the things that you're looking to do. I'm in various places in social media, but that's the best place for you to be. So that's dinner and download. At the end of this video, I am going to share something with you that is going to help you. It's in full. It's in the full area. It's in this area that we're talking about on how we can the power of the underdog position. And so it's going to cause you to go in action. It's going to propel you to go in action. It's going to invite you to go in action into action around this. It's just going to be good. So make sure that you stay tuned for the entire time. And so as we go along, what you can expect, I'm going to share some information with you. There are three specific things. These are the three things regarding unpacking the power of the underdog position. Some of us, I know I have, as I've come up in life, I've had hard times. There have been struggles. There's been times where things that necessarily didn't look like they were going to work out according to the way I wanted them to. That could be in finances, where maybe I didn't have enough money yet. I wasn't earning enough money to do the things that I wanted to do. Maybe I didn't yet possess all the knowledge of the things that I needed in order to make the moves that I wanted to make. But it's just about what do you do in the underdog position, where all the tools and resources that you need may not be available, and the power that is in that. And so I'm going to highlight three things about you to you. And so that's what we're doing today. I'm going to highlight three things about you to you, so that you can give these three things name, articulation, so you'll be able to articulate, oh, this is this particular skill about me. And you may even be able to, I'm hoping, go back and link it to some of the successes you've had to help give you courage and confidence as you move forward. And so we're going to talk about these three things that come out of the conversation of the power of the underdog, turning your struggle into your strength, turning your struggle into your strength. And so let's just get into it, because this is not a workshop. A workshop, we should be here for hours. This is a download. So it's coming quick. It's informative. It's fast. It's accurate. It hits the point, and it's powerful. And so, and it's sent to transform. And it's sent to transform. And so here's your download. The note, if you're, for all my note takers, and hopefully that's everybody here, dinner and download, December 22nd, Delilah Bartlett. We are talking about the power of the underdog position. Our subheader is turning our struggles into strength. The three things that we are going to cover, I'll give you all three up front, and then we'll get into them. These are the three things that I am going to highlight about you to you, to give you understanding language about the things that you have overcome, the successes that you've had, and how you can leverage them in your career today, so that you stand out from the rest of the folk, right? So you stand out. No longer will you continue to be unseen. This is going to highlight things already about you, not something you got to go out and build, not something you got to go out and learn, not something you got to go out and do. This is about stuff already inside of you that can highlight you above the rest and help you stand out. No longer will you be unseen. Okay, the three things, the three skill sets, the three tips, the three tools. Here we go. Leadership characteristics: resilience. For those who are taking notes, resilience, accurate needs assessment. Number two, accurate needs assessment. That's three words, so I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. And lastly, creative problem solving. Creative problem solving. Resilience, accurate needs assessment, creative problem solving. All leaders, all organizations, all bosses, all businesses are looking for people who have these skills, are looking for people who are resilient, are looking for people who have accurate needs assessment skills, are looking for people who can solve problems creatively. They are looking for them. They are looking for these people in an environment that we're in now, where businesses and organizations are recreating themselves after everything that we've been through over the last few years. People, we've all heard about the great resignation, people leaving, people who are standing and are resilient, right? and have a working knowledge of product and processes, but and are still there to be able to provide insight into what's going on. These are valuable people, right? These are valuable. You are a valuable person. People that are able to accurately assess needs, right? What is the organization needing? What are the threats against the organization? What do we see are people that are needed? How do we solve these problems? I've been here. I have the background. I have the information. I didn't just come into the door. I'm resilient. I'm still here. I see what the problems are, and here are the creative solutions. Like business and organizations are looking for these people, but let me come back and tie it into how this is you, right? We're talking about the power of the underdog position. And I'm following over here for comments for those who may have comments while we're live. And so, resilience. Some of us have had certain kind of lives. I think for the most part, nobody's had this like 100% smooth, issue-free life. Most of us, if not all of us, I hesitate to say all because it's so finite or absolute, kind of saying. But most of us have had a certain kind of life where we have had struggle, where things haven't had to work out, haven't worked out, where we've had to endure, where we've had to overcome. This could be based on social economic status. This could be based on the structure of your family dynamic that may have caused some level of chaos or just hardship. This could be environmental at school. This could be your culture at work. This could be anything of which you've had to stand, grow in a space that you didn't necessarily control and you couldn't necessarily make decisions to move out, but you had to endure in order to overcome, right? And so what this may look like, let's go here. And so coming up on the west side of Chicago, right? I have to say it wasn't the best of times. It wasn't the worst of times, right? What the book actually says it was the best and the worst. But anyway, coming up on the west side of Chicago, you didn't get everything you always wanted, right? There were some tough times that happened in the neighborhood, right? But in order to survive, right, you learn to adapt, you learn different strategies, you learn to build relationships that would be able to be insightful to you, to the things that are going on around you. You learn different strategy, but most of all, you learn to survive in the environment that you're in. I think about plants, certain plants and trees when I talk about that as well. There are certain plants and trees that it's like, how is as hot as a cactus, as hot as it is, how does a cactus survive? Well, it actually adapts to its environment. It's made for that environment, and so it actually is resilient to the environment around it. And so you too have, back in the day, things that you've gone through. You do the inventory. You think about the things that you've gone through that have made you resilient, where you had to exercise resilience, where you had to exercise resilience, where you had to endure and overcome, where you had to just fake it till you made it, right? And those are, I'm not necessarily saying those are the same strategies and tools that you should use today, but some of us had to use tools that served us then to protect us and helped us to overcome in order for us to get to the position that we're in now. And so as you think about those things that had you get to this position, think about who you were and who you were and what you had to take on in order to be resilient. And so that same training, that same thing that you've done before in this environment, in the environment that you're looking for promotion and you're looking to get the bag and you're looking to do all of that, like the organizations that you're working with, the businesses that you're a part of, they too are looking for this level of resilience, these people who can go through products and projects and changes in the organization and be honest about the feeling that they're having about them, but be able to weather and move on to the other side. And so you have this inside of you. You have this inside of you because you've already gone through it, and it's just something that you're bringing to the forefront now. Resilience. So that's one thing that you already have. Again, I'm just showing you. Just think of me as as a mirror. Hey, Mallory. I looked over at Mallory and saw her name and said it. And so just think of me as a mirror. The second thing I want to show to you, accurate needs assessment. So organizations again are looking for people who can look at situations and determine what needs to happen. Some people kind of call it creative thinking. People even throw business acumen on top of it, but it's really being able to see a thing and assess all moving parts of a thing, to make objective decisions. My goodness, I'm just going to speak bluntly and clearly here. I think about, when I think accurate needs assessment. I think like, not having enough money to pay all your bills. Let's just say it plainly. Not having enough money to pay all your bills. And so if you're in a situation where you're living paycheck to paycheck, and somebody tells you that, oh, we had an error on your paycheck and your paycheck is going to be half of that, and we're not going to be able to give you the other half for another 2 weeks, you immediately start to assess everything that's going to be impacted. You don't stop at, oh, I just won't have my paycheck. You think about, okay, so since I don't have this paycheck, that means that rent is impacted. That means that the lights are impacted. That means that 2 months down the line, where I thought I was going to be able to roll this money this way and have school supplies taken care of, I also need to kind of get in front of that. Like, you're already thinking about all the things that are impacted by this one action. Accurate needs assessment. Not just seeing the initial thing that's impacted, like, oh, my check is short, that means my bank account is short. No, you're thinking about all the other things. You're thinking about all the other things that are going to be impacted by this one incident. And so the same is true in your career. People, organizations, and business again are looking for people who can see beyond the thing that is happening right now and is able to do an assessment of the domino effect of what's happening. And so if you're let's say if it's a policy change, you're an organization, they make a policy change, you hear them say, well, we're going to start to wear black hats. It's not just about putting on a black hat. You're starting to think about, well, what happens to what other hats were we wearing before? What's happening to the inventory of those hats? How does the team feel about black hats? Where are we going to procure the black hats? Is there an issue with lint with the black hat? You start to think about everything that is going on with this one thing that is said. And there's value in that, because most people stop short of coming up with a great idea and asking great questions. Most people fall short of doing an accurate needs assessment, and they just stop. Okay, you say we're gonna wear a black hat, we're gonna wear a black hat, and why is the hat not blue? And that may be the question they ask. But organizations are looking for accurate needs assessment. And you've been built for this. Your situation, the hardship, the struggles that you've had, where you've had to assess what's about to go down based on this issue that's happening, you have been trained for this. And so it's using that same type of skill that you've already built to then bring it here to shine and look different than everybody else. Because again, everybody else is probably just asking, what other color hat can we wear? Versus, well, how are we going to get it? What is the fabric made of? How are the people going to feel about it? Do we have another option? Like, you're asking all these other questions, and you want to let them know and take them along with you that I'm asking these questions now so we can be prepared to answer questions for someone else, or we can be prepared to deal with the risk or the issue when it rises up. It won't hit us and blindside us. We're going in fully with full knowledge and wisdom of the decision that we're making. People are looking for you. You already got this in spades. You already got this in spades. Resilience, accurate needs assessment, problem solving, creative problem solving. There's nothing like a struggle to make you get creative, with problem solving, right? There's nothing like a struggle that will make you get creative in problem solving. You think about not having enough ingredients. I'm sure if you don't have enough ingredients for the special dish and you don't have enough money to go get the ingredient, or you don't have the resource you need to go get the ingredient, you're going to figure out how, whatever costs for a certain kind of cheese, and you don't have that cheese, you're going to figure out how to make this thing work, and it's going to be good. And it's going to be good. It's not even going to skimp on the fact that you didn't have what you needed. You're still going to make it happen. You think about heat. You think about not having electricity. Electricity goes out. You couldn't pay it, whatever the case may be. You're figuring out, how do I heat this house? How do I keep my family heated? You are creatively solving problems. Must I say it again? Business and organizations are looking for people like you who have this stuff in spades, who have been trained on how to come up with creative solutions. When you're in the environment of an organization or business and you need to solve something, needs to be solved for, there is nobody better than someone, I believe, than someone who has had to come up with solutions to problems minus the resources they needed, minus the money they needed, but somehow was still able to come up with it. There's nobody who can do that better than you, because there's a certain, no, I'm convinced that when you have the resources and talent, I'm sorry, we'll say resources, we'll have the resources and tools, you can do things a little easier. You can do things a little easier. When you're minus the resources and tools and you have to be creative, you exercise, your brain is stretched in a certain kind of way. Things inside of you are tapped in a certain kind of way that you come up with things that people wouldn't come up with. Same thing at work, right? Same thing as you're building a career. That's going to be the same thing that elevates you to a level that nobody else is on, or not many people. It's not where the bulk of the people are. In the bell curve, it's not where the bell people are. When you're talking about, hey, have we thought about this? I see that simple solution right here, but if we didn't have all that available, have we thought about this? Have we thought about removing this and adding this? Have we thought about maybe just only offering it here? Whatever that creative solution is, your mind is already trained to think that way. Why? Because there's power in the underdog position. People have underestimated you. People have counted you out because you haven't checked boxes that they know historically people have desired to be checked. They have underestimated you, but there is power in the position that you once held. And I say once held because, sis, I need to let you know you are no longer the underdog. You are no, that's another thing we need to know. You're fighting from another, you're battling from another position, you're accelerating, moving from another position now. You're no longer there. You are no longer there. But there are things that you learn there that will help you here. And now I want you to understand how we're about to get from here to now further where you want to go. Because here's what's happened. You've gotten comfortable where you are, right? You're getting paid. You know, maybe your money not as big as you want it, but you're getting paid and things are happening. You're making impact. You got influence in lives, but you stop the hustle. You're not on the grind anymore because it's not about survival. When you were exercising resilience, accurate needs assessment, and creative problem solving before, it was pretty much about survival. And so now you feel like, okay, well, I don't have to grind like that anymore. So I don't need to exercise those skills. Even though you don't have to grind like that to survive, you want to continue to build on those same skills that you've been building all these years, over all of these decades, in order to continue to get what you want. Back then, survival, it was about getting what you want. It was about getting the food you want. It was about keeping your lights on. It was about surviving in the environment. Whatever the case was, that's what it was about. And so now you're getting what you want on the next level. It's about getting the vice president position. It's about getting the next promotion. It's about helping your community. It's about giving back. It's about having a healthier family. Whatever the mission is, you gotta keep grinding. And what you need to do is keep leveraging the stuff already inside of you. You are not absent anything. Pause. You are not lacking anything. It is a fallacy, and I'm encouraging you not to buy into it, that, oh, I need this, and I need this, and I need this in order to. I'm a disruptor of the status quo. I can sit here and tell you stories and stories on how my life doesn't line up and check boxes that people say you need to check. I'm telling you, you have what you need. So as you go into work tomorrow, we're going to put this into effect tomorrow. For those who are here for career building, those who are here for life acceleration and personal development, figure out, identify in your life where you need to be more resilient, where you need to do better accurate needs assessment, and where you need to get more creative and stop being lazy about problem solving. But for those who are career development, when you go to work tomorrow, I encourage you to look for a problem. I encourage you to use your accurate needs assessment to determine what around here is going on that needs to be resolved and nobody sees it. Or somebody sees it and not doing anything about it. And then I encourage you, over your Christmas holiday, You don't have to spend a ton of time thinking about it, but occasionally start thinking about your creative problem solving and how you're going to solve the problem that you see. Because it's like your survival, right? You're not waiting on somebody else to come through and get this done for you. You're going to get it done for yourself because you're dependent on it. And so you're not going to wait on somebody else to come hand you the solution and come hold your hand and tell you what needs to be done about this issue. You're going to solve it. Why? Because you're a boss and you're built to solve it. We're not going to buy into all of this other stuff. Like, no, it's not my job and blah, 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 blah. You wanna be big. You want to get the bag. You want the promotion. You want the influence and the impact. Then you have to step up and do the work. And you're capable. Resilience, accurate needs assessment, creative problem solving. The power of the underdog. They don't even see you coming, but they will. And so that's what I had to share in our power of the underdog. I am Delilah Bartlett, always here to say what needs to be said. And enough is enough. Enough is enough. You've hung out there long enough. You've hung out there long enough. I don't know, maybe waiting on somebody to come do something. I don't know. But you're the somebody. Find out the problem and solve it. You're amazing. Surely you can solve it. They'll see you. Questions, comments? Is this the best thing you've heard in a while? Did it help you? And make sure you guys are all signing up too make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Delilah Bartlett, because I'm normally dropping stuff. This is going to serve, let's also say, this is going to serve for my 25 days of Christmas, the leadership edition for today. I'm not doing another video. This is it for today. Questions, thoughts, anything specific with your career, your job, your leader, your environment that you'd like to talk about, your intention, your need to stretch, your career trajectory. Hey, you know, I'm a fan anyway. So I love that you're rocking with me, Mallory. Thank you. I mean, because, you know, sometimes we get in our head like, well, I can't, I don't know how. And it's like, you've been doing this all along. You've been doing, they just call it something different in this game, right? Game recognizes game. They just call it something different. It's a matter of getting the language. And I did a quick post a couple weeks ago. I said I was going to come back and double down about it, but I didn't. About the 3 Ps, how I always come into a situation with the 3 Ps. The phonics, the process, and the people. And I'll get into it again. But again, the phonics, the language, this here, you already know this. You got everything you need to be the next great you. Hey, if I don't get a chance to talk to you guys, I was killing a little bit of time so folks can leave comments and ask questions. But if I don't see you, make sure to, ladies, if you have not signed up, for this women's Bible study for women who get kingdom results that happens every Monday at 7 p.m., that's been going on since April, that's been out here like transforming lives, that's got like CEOs of businesses, like if you have not signed up for that, I encourage you to do so. DelilahBartlett.com/study. We have been getting it in. It has been marvelous in his eyes. And so make sure you're doing that. I've YouTubed all of that. Hang out with me. Some great stuff is coming for 2023. I'm so excited to sit back and see you do amazing, amazing things. I'm so honored to be able to contribute to those things and shed as much insight and light as I've been built and equipped to do. As we always want to do, we want to pursue possible, because nothing is impossible. All right. Until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. And I will talk to you guys in the very near future. Take care.